Welcome back to the Best Dominion cards list, the part 9, the middle rank cards of the cards costing 4. Rank 33, Scavenger from Dark Ages. Yes, Scavenger is the next Dark Ages card in this list. Of course it has high deviation and it would be one rank higher in the unweighted list. So Chancellor is the worst card costing 3 and Scavenger is similar, but so much higher ranked. Does its bonus really justify it? In short, yes. It's not the best big money card, but even a big money-like approach is not that bad in my limited experience with this card. Putting back a gold or even a platinum is great. But also in engines with cheap villages like Hamlet or Fishing Village, where you often have spare actions, you can, similar to Scheme, set up your next turn or even mid-turn top deck the card you need, what is very strong. And of course you cycle faster. There are still often more powerful terminals, but Scavenger can be pretty effective, don't underestimate it. And it combos even better with Stash. 2 Scavengers and 4 Stashes guarantee you a province each turn. Rank 32, Cutpurse from Seaside. Cutpurse lost not many points, its median is even higher, but it still lost 3 ranks. It got 4 votes above 80%, and it would be below Scavenger in the unweighted ranking. Cutpurse is a pretty good opener. It's a terminal silver that can even hit harder than a militia. In the beginning, where every coin is important to get to 5, Cutpurse can really be annoying. And it is even worse in games with more than 2 players, where you can lose multiple coppers in one turn. Yes, later it gets worse and worse, and it's nothing but a terminal silver where you can see your opponent's hand. Rank 31, Island from Seaside again. Island has not really a bad vote and has even some really high votes. It was voted even on the second rank. It's on the same rank as last year with a slightly better point average. Island does pseudo trashing with the addition of giving additional points. So you can use it for pseudo trashing the estates without losing the points, and later in the game you can pick it up and take your provinces out of the deck. It can really be great with Silk Road on the board. It is rarely a game changer, but can be a nice addition to some decks to keep them clean. And even in cursing games with no trashes, you can take curses out of your deck for a total net of +1 point. The problem is that you don't build up your economy if you open with it, and if there are important cards for 5 or 6 coins, you often have to skip Island. Getting islands with Ironworks can also be very nice, because then the Ironworks is a cantrip that gives you 2 victory points. Rank 30, Farming Village from Cornucopia. Farming Village is the second out of 6 villages in this list. It lost 2 ranks and has a pretty low deviation. It has a really big outlier in the low ranks, but beside of that, only votes above 25%. The additional ability of this village is always useful and a good counter in cursing games and against top-decking attacks like, let's say, Rabble. And later in the game, where you are heavily greening, its additional ability is very useful too. You may even pick it up if you don't necessarily need the actions and just want to have its filter ability. But in games without curses or even good trashing, it's in the beginning often only an expensive normal village. Farming Village Masquerade is the 90th and Farming Village Ambassador the 111th best opening. Rank 29, Fortress. Fortress is the first of 7 cards that are very close together. So they can be basically all be switched in ranks. It's also the second village in a row and the third village in this list. In the unweighted ranking it would be 2 ranks higher. This is the new Dark Ages village variant with an on-trash ability that does crazy stuff. There are many trashers that could trigger its ability, but you rather use them to trash junk. But you can use treasure benefit cards for it. The best one might be Bishop. 4 fortresses and 4 bishops guarantee you 12 victory points per turn. Procession Fortress is also crazy, as it lets you basically draw 3 cards, give you 5 actions and a free action card costing 5. Fortress is also a very good defense against trashing attacks like Knights or Swindler, and also a decent defense against Governor for 3 duchies. So when there are trashing attacks or trash for benefit cards, it really shines. but otherwise it's only an expensive vanilla village. Rank 28, Wandering Minstrel from Dark Ages. A gap of 0.1 percentage point, and there's the third village in a row, the second from Dark Ages, and the fourth one in this list. In the unweighted ranking, it would be one rank lower. This new village variant is very tricky, and I admit that I don't understand it fully yet. Unlike a vanilla village, it even can hurt in your deck, especially in looter games where you will discard your silvers to put ruins on top of your deck. But if you're building an engine, I expect you want that as you're buying a village, you can sort of guarantee to draw your terminal and your village together. It's great with Torturer as it skips over curses and helps connecting minstrels with torturers. The problem is still that you don't have a choice. You sometimes put back action cards that you don't need next turn and rather want to discard. So its filtering is often worse than, let's say, the filtering of Warehouse, but of course you don't lose hand size and get additional action. And Wandering Minstrel really shines in decks or engines with no trashing and actions providing virtual money, and can therefore be used to set up, for example, a Conspirator Chain or similar decks. Also, Wishing Well combos very well with it. Rank 27, Baron from Intrigue. Baron is another 0.1 percentage point ahead. It's one rank better than last time. It got one really high rank and one really low one. In the unweighted ranking, it would be 2 ranks higher. Baron is very interesting as it gives you a very high probability getting gold early or even get a very early King's Court or Forge, but is very swingy too. If you cannot draw your Baron with an estate, this is a dead card in the beginning, because you mostly don't want another estate. And getting estates for feeding your Baron is mostly no good idea. But as the game goes on, the probability decreases drawing an estate with Baron. It has also a nice synergy with Crossroads. In the middle game, Baron is most of the time no good card, but later in the game, it can you net another point and gives you a buy too. If you're going to trash your estates, don't buy a Baron, and if you have a deck that can guarantee an estate in every hand, like multiple hunting parties or engines with big draw, Baron can be very powerful. With Dark Ages and Shelter games, Baron is mostly pretty much useless. Makes it basically much worse now, so it seems strange that it is now one rank higher. Rank 26 Moneylender from the base set. After that huge drop last time, Moneylender lost even 2 more ranks, and it has also a tiny 0.1 percentage point lead over the previous card. At least the consensus is much higher than last time, and in the unweighted ranking it would be 2 ranks higher. Moneylender is another card that falls into the category great opener, bad afterwards. It's like a silver but with the trash ability at the same time. The comparison to Spice Merchant is obvious. Moneylender is a much better opener with the deficit not being so flexible later in the game. You mostly only want one of it, maybe only on mountebank boards you want maybe by a second, but this one can really fasten the game. It's less important as it used to be, but still great for building an engine with high cost cards. Rank 25, Procession from Dark Ages. Procession is the next Dark Ages card in this list, and again it has a lead of 0.1 percentage point. This means the last 5 cards are all in a range of 0.4 percentage points. It has the third highest deviation in this list with some really high votes. It was voted even first and second. In the unweighted ranking it would be 2 ranks higher. Procession is even harder to rank than Throne Room because it's even more board dependent. You want strong action cards in the kingdom that are worth playing them twice, and strong action cards in a specific price range so you can get a bonus out of the trashing. Of course, it's best with on-trash benefits. Like said before, Procession Fortress is a real powerhouse, and to play it on Cultist or Catacombs on the right moment can be really great. Rank 24 Mining Village from Intrigue. And another small lead of 0.4 percentage points here. Mining Village is 2 ranks worse than last time and has a low deviation with no real outliers for a middle ranked card. In the unweighted ranking it would be 4 ranks low. Mining Village is a normal village with an one-shot silver possibility and the second best village for 4 coins. If you need a village, you can use that one-shot self-trashing option later in the game when you give up your engine and fully commit on going green, or have bad luck late in the game and only hit 6 or 7 coins. And even if it doesn't have an engine and are going basically big money, you can buy this in the mid game when you miss, let's say, 6 coins for a gold and don't want another silver in your deck, because this still gives you the additional card and the 2 coins of a silver. And if you have enough money and no additional buy, you can save the one-shot silver for later. Mining Village Passenger is the 109th best opening. Rank 23 Spice Merchant from Hinterlands. Spice Merchant is one of the winners in this list. It's 8 ranks higher than last time and is 7 percentage points higher. And regarding close ranks, it's also 0.1 percentage points above Mining Village. This means that the ranks 23 to 29 are in a range of 0.9 percentage points. In the unweighted ranking, it would be 3 ranks lower. Spice Merchant is a very flexible treasure, and the comparison to Moneylender is obvious, like already mentioned. It produces less money for the cost of an additional buy. It can really shine if you want a non-terminal treasure, for example in combination with minions. Its option 2 cards plus 1 action basically restores the hand size, and if there's no other plus buy and you really need one. It's therefore more flexible, because it's not limited to copper and there are 2 options to choose from, but a slower opener and it's harder to get to 5 coins early on. It may be still useful later on, but it can lead to very hard decisions, let's say if you really want to trash that silver or not. Spice Merchant Ambassador is the 22nd best opening and the 3rd best Ambassador opening. Because you can trash coppers you get from your opponent and still play your Ambassador with a full hand. This is the first time that it is higher than Moneylender in this list. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give your feedback. I will definitely upload the last 2 parts of this list next week. So until next time, bye.